Hey everybody, it's Renee from the Let's Get Real channel. I'm just hauling my ass to work here. And I just want to talk about one quick thing. People talking about joining the military. I want to address that. There is no such thing as joining the military or volunteering to serve in the military. There is no such thing as that, okay? The military doesn't let you just join. The military hires you for a job. Yes, I said it, and it's the truth. You're hired or selected for the military. You can't just join because you just want to serve your country and join. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to talk to a recruiter, and that recruiter is going to have you go to a medical examination. It's called the MEPS station, and you're going to go through a full medical examination. If there's anything wrong with you, forget it, you're out. Okay? If you're somebody that's dependent on drugs, whether it be prescription drugs or not, you're out. Okay? You have asthma, you got a bum knee, whatever, you're out. You're not going to go anywhere. The military will not offer you a job. Another thing is, you better have a high school diploma, because the military now does not mess with people without high school diplomas. Now, when I went into the National Guard years ago, and I served 8 years, they still, I think it was the Army and the Marine Corps, they still allowed GED, but I don't know about that anymore. I think they all want high school diplomas. So, you know, if you're a dumbass and you haven't even gotten that, you're out. You're not going to make it. Another thing is, they're not just going to take your word for it that you're, just because you have a high school diploma, that you're, you know, mentally capable of joining the military. They're going to, if you pass all the medical stuff, they're going to send you to take a test called the ASVAB test. That ASVAB test is going to determine, you know, what you could do in the military. It's an intelligence test, and if you do really bad on that, chances are they're just going to say, hey, you know, we're not interested in, you know, hiring you for anything in the military. Okay? So that's another thing. You don't pass the basic intelligence test, you are out. Okay? Another thing is, if you have any kind of criminal record, you can fucking forget it. You're not going to be able to join the military. That's another thing that is going to put you out. Alright? And listen, it is not as easy as what you think to pass through all this and get into the military. Yes, they hire you. Being hired in the military is harder than getting hired in a regular job. I mean, you know, if you're overweight and you go to Wendy's and apply for a job, they can't say, well, you don't meet our height and weight standards, so you're out of here, we don't want to hire you. No. You know, that's another thing that you got to pass in the medical examination. If you're a fat ass, you know, even though you may not look like a fat ass, if you don't pass their height and weight standards in the military, you are out. You're not getting hired. You're not going to be able to enlist. It is very strict. Okay? Much harder to get a job in the military than to get a job in the civilian world, okay? Because they're not going to say something about, you know, if you look like a fat ass, or, you know, you have asthma, or you got scoliosis. They're not going to say, well, we can't hire you for that. If you're handicapped in any way, you can't get in the military. It's not some place where anybody can come in and serve. You know, they'll say, oh, anybody can come in. You know, we don't care if you're in a wheelchair. We'll find something for you to do. No, it's not. Doesn't work that way. It is not a volunteer service type thing. Although people think it is, it's not. The military is very strict. And then you got all these other dumbasses that think they're gonna, you know, enlist in the military and be a badass, you know, Navy SEAL or some other type of elite forces. That is a stupid ass idea, okay? Because first of all, the turnover rate is extremely high. It's very hard to become one of these people. And another thing is, why would you want to? Why would you want to put yourself in harm's way? Especially if you have a family or you're married, you got kids. Why would you want to put yourself in harm's way, you know, trying to take on a job that requires you to be not only in the best physical condition of your life, but they're going to send you into some hostile situations all the time. And for what? It's not worth it. I mean, you can call it serving your country all you want, But, the people back home want you alive. Your parents want you alive. Your brothers and sisters want you alive. They don't want you in harm's way, because you're not serving your country. You know what you're serving? You're serving big banks. You're serving political interests. You're serving CIA type missions that have nothing to do with serving your country. The big money elite that run the world, they're the ones you're serving, not your country. Putting your life on the line for these type of people. Do you want to die for oil, or do you want to die for something like that has nothing to do with serving your country? No. I mean, being in the elite forces, to me, is a waste of your talent, is a waste of your time, and it's very dangerous, and it's not worth it unless you're trying to get rank really fast, because you get promoted really fast when you're in these elite forces. If you're trying to get rank real fast and then get the hell out so you can, enjoy a retirement at a higher rank, I can see that. But I mean, otherwise, you're just risking your life, man. So there it is. That's the truth about the military. It's not as glorified as you may think it is. They just want to find people that qualify so they can use you however they're going to use you. And then if you can't continue, you can't sustain, their requirements, they will get rid of you. And that'll be that. I've known people that served in the Air Force. My dad had served in the Air Force and retired. There were people that served in the Air Force that gained weight after they served in the Air Force, and they were warned about losing that weight, and they couldn't lose it for whatever reasons, and the Air Force kicked them out, left them out on the street, said, hey, you're on your own now, you're out of here. Stuff like that. You have a job in the civilian world and you gain some weight, they're not going to kick your ass out. They're not going to weigh your ass in on a constant basis, on a consistent basis when you have a civilian job. Only in the military do they keep up with that shit. So it's not as glorified as you may think it is. I'm Renee. Like and subscribe. I'm out.